We all want to know that we're making the right decision, that we're going on the right path, that things are going to work out for us. And it's interesting the lengths that we'll go to find certainty. And in the process of trying to find certainty, we can often find ourselves just giving away our power. Hi, I'm Maggie, the Inspired Coach. Welcome to the Inspire in 5 podcast, where I attempt to inspire you in 5 minutes or less. So I had a client recently who wanted clarity on a subject, but they'd just been to a psychic seeking clarity, and the information that the psychic gave them made them start to question things and find meaning and trying to make things fit in with the meaning that they were getting from the psychic. And it was becoming very confusing. And I have absolute compassion because when I was younger, I went to a lot of psychics. And when I think back to why did I go, it was because I needed clarity. I needed someone to tell me what to do. I wanted to know that it was going to work out and everything was going to be okay. Because you never go to a psychic when you're feeling really great and happy and excited and things are working out. You usually go at a moment of crisis or when you're in grief or something big is happening. And I totally get that. And I'm not bagging psychics, but I am interested in why we give our power away. I remember in my 20s, I went to a psychic who told me that I was in love with this particular person. And I was pretty sure that I wasn't. I had liked them, but I'd gotten over it. And she was quite insistent. And I remember thinking, no, I don't know. I don't think so. But she knows best. And maybe she can see things that I can't. And eventually I bought into the idea. And then, of course, I went on a circuitous journey with the idea, completely wasting time and energy. And anyway, but it was a wonderful lesson. It was a wonderful lesson about not giving your power away, and also be careful who you go and speak with. And there've been many instances in my life where I have given my power away. And I'm sure this is relatable with a lot of people, whether or not you seek counsel from friends, asking 5 different friends what they think the situation means or what they think that you should do, or a 2-hour conversation with ChatGTP, or, pulling angel cards. I can remember my cousin and I, when we were young, going, oh, this happened. What do you think that means? And what do you think that means? And what do you think that means? Just completely outsourcing our own knowing, and full compassion and love for us because we were young and we were finding our way. But there is something really important about knowing that you are the expert in your life and no one else. And yes, we can seek counsel and guidance and mentorship and coaching and help from people who we respect and who have earned our respect. But at the end of the day, every decision we make comes back to us. We have to take responsibility for it. A really silly example that springs to mind is when I had my podiatry clinic and I decided to paint it. And so I went to the paint shop and I asked for white paint, and they were like, well, there's 20, 30, 50 shades of white. What shade do you want? And I was a little bit overwhelmed, and I was like, oh, I don't know. What do you think? It's a clinic. It's a podiatry clinic. What do you reckon? And he goes, oh, probably this one. I was like, great, I'll have that. And I took it back to the clinic and I started painting, and it was so white. It was white like in the movies in a mental asylum in the 60s, where it's like blinding white. It was so harsh. And anyway, the landlord a few days later went back and painted over it. It was an absolute waste of money. But that's just a microcosm of all the ways in which I have felt that people knew better than me. And it's happened so many times that I've really cottoned onto it. And this is life experience. You get to a certain age and you've had enough experience to know that that doesn't usually work out when you outsource the decision making in your life. Sometimes I have people book in with coaching sessions and they've seen my videos and they want me to tell them what to do. And I have to explain to them that I will never tell you what to do. I hold space for you so that you can access and come to your own knowing, because you are the expert in your life. And that can be disappointing for some people, but it can also be extremely exciting. And I think a really important thing here is self-trust, because when we trust ourselves, we can be okay in the uncertainty because we trust that we will figure it out. We'll work it out. Everything will be okay. It's when we don't trust ourselves to be able to deal with it, to be able to self-soothe or manage our emotions, or getting comfortable with uncertainty, because human beings typically find it very threatening to be uncertain. Changing the wording around that, inviting the new, I choose the new. I'm excited for the new. So the new is unfamiliar and we haven't experienced it before, but it's not threatening because it's the new, which sounds like a bit of an adventure. It's simply a change in perspective. Now, this can take some practice. It doesn't just happen like that, but bit by bit, we begin to trust ourselves. So I'd love to know your thoughts. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and share. And if you're interested in group coaching with myself and my sister Cathy, there's a link in the description. Much love.